Good Wednesday evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of season 5 of Around the State, a prep baseball Alabama podcast discussing all things relative to prep baseball across the great state of Alabama. I'm David Sharp, Deep South Supervisor, as always, joined by Austin Sharp, our Alabama Scouting Director, and we brought on a special guest tonight. None other
Special episode for a special guest.
episode. That's right. A special guest for a special episode. None other than Colin Chamlin, full-time Deep South operations and scout in Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee. Gets out and covers a bunch of games. If you've been to our events, you've seen Colin there. He does a lot of work, across the South.
He's the guy with the computer.
Yeah, he's got his head down typing, getting those scouting reports started. Does a lot of work in Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee, man. But we brought him on for a special episode of Around the State. Austin, before I get started, man, I want to turn it over to y'all. First off, Austin, welcome in. How are things going, man?
Things are going great. We're on the back end of our preseason. We built it up. It was was our biggest preseason that we've had to date, and I think started with the Birmingham preseason ID, had over 60 players, over 50 at the Huntsville preseason ID. And both those preseason IDs, we had the number one player in the 28 and 29 class, which we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the preseason all states were as good as advertised. The South preseason all state down in Orange Beach had over 90 players. And then the North Alabama preseason all state had over 110 players. So, couldn't have a better preseason. We were very pleased with the turnout and the big, those breaking those preseason all states down by session was about as smart of a decision as we could make, from at least from our perspective and from the feedback that we've got from players and parents. So, now it's time to turn the page to the high school season.
Well, not just yet. We got to take a quick look back at those preseason events. That's what we're doing tonight. But yeah, you're right, Austin. We put those sessions together in hopes that it would just alleviate a lot of standing around and wasted time. We thought it went very well. And as you mentioned, we've had nothing but rave reviews about bringing players in by sessions, by positions. So looking back on it, we're glad we did that. And that'll be the plan moving forward, as we move into our preseason events next year as well. Colin, good evening, man. Everything good with you?
Yeah, man, everything's good. Gearing up for some winter weather, we think, up here in the north. So I guess we'll see in the next coming days. But things seem to be trending in the right direction. But we got a little shift in the forecast today, I think me and you talked about.
I know, man. Now that we don't have any events scheduled in the state and there's no games coming up, I wouldn't mind a good round of snow. But It doesn't look so good now, man. But
everybody was panic buying the milk and bread today at Costco. So we'll see.
Maybe tomorrow morning when we get up, it'll be changed back. So, before we get cranked up and rolling, as always, if you have any comments, man, throw those in the comment box. We'll try to get those out. But again, we're going to do a little housekeeping things before we get started with our main thing we're doing. We'll talk about that in just a second. First off, I do want to just remind you, if you are interested, we're seeing a lot more people show up at our events with some prep baseball merchandise. We think we've got some pretty sweet stuff. Shop.prepbaseball.com is where you can go get your merch. And we just got a text that I got the wrong memo, man. I'm not wearing the right hat tonight. Well,
listen, I got a big dome, so this is about the only hat that can fit me.
Yeah, man. And I don't know if I can pull that pink off, man. So I'm just going to stay pretty simple here. So yeah, shop.prepbaseball.com. If you are interested in going on our shop to purchase any merchandise, a couple other things, I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and get into the main part and we'll finish it with those other things. Austin, you good with that?
Yep.
So, what we're going to do here, this is a special episode. We wanted to wrap up our preseason events, man. We're going to have some fun with this. We're going to do this live as we sit here and broadcast to you right now. We have talked about not our open IDs, but our preseason IDs were probably the best open IDs that we've had. And then our all-state events were just absolutely loaded with talent. I mean, and we're not just saying that. We had some really impressive performances at all 4 of our events, and that's exactly what we want to happen. We're getting these texts from these high school coaches, man. We are glad they're on. We're glad they're on. But what we're going to do tonight is we are going to do something, and this was Austin's idea. I don't want to steal his idea. I want to give him the credit for it.
ChatGPT's idea.
We are going to go through, and the 3 of us, each of us, live on this show, we are going to each of us draft a team from all 4 of our preseason events. And with that being said, we're going to draft a catcher. Each of us are going to draft a catcher. We're going to draft 2 corner infielders. We're going to draft 2 middle infielders. We're going to draft 3 outfielders, 3 utility guys, 3 starting pitchers, and 2 relief pitchers. And we're going to add one more thing to that in just a second. As you can see, there's a little bit of nerves for all 3 of us, man. This is going to be really, really tough to do this on the fly. But what we're going to do is we're basing this off of, we're not necessarily taking the best or the highest ranked players. What we're going to do is we each have our little cheat sheet that we can look at. We've tried to do some background work on this, but we're going to go through and we're going to draft. If it was a team of ours, we're going to go in and we're going to draft who we think performed at a high level at the event that they came to. And we also are going to take into consideration their projectability, because we don't want these lists filled with all 2026 grads. We're trying to mix in some youth here on these teams. I can tell you now, without even getting started with this draft, there are going to be some really good players that attended our event that aren't going to be drafted. And I don't know who's going to be drafted and who's not, but there's going to be that tells you how deep our events were. Again, this was Austin's already said it, our best January on record easily. It was, the exit velos at the North event were just off the charts. But again, nothing that we do is, we don't fudge any numbers to the good or to the bad. Everything is exactly what we get. But we just thought it would be pretty cool here to go on and each of us select a team. And we're going to get started with that in a minute. The first thing we're going to do, Austin or Colin, before I get started with the setup, is there anything that I've left out here that you can think of?
I think the 3 utility spots, those are going to be positioned. So, like, for example, a guy like Dalton Darden or Paul Barnett, like they're high-level 2-way players, but we're only going to – if you pick a 2-way player, you have to say if it's going to be – if you want them to be a positional player or strictly an arm. And then, the utility player, it's strictly position-based. So just like a Dalton Darden or a Paul Barnett, you have to choose whether it's a position player or a pitcher.
Right. So, you can't select a Paul Barnett and he be a shortstop and a pitcher for you. You've got to make sure it's either one or the other. So,
friends of the show.
Look at there, man. Yeah. All Things Baseball podcast. They do a great job, man. We appreciate our relationship with those guys as well. Appreciate you joining in. This would be a good one to follow along with.
Go listen to their podcast too. They got some good stuff coming out.
Yeah, go on their podcast, man. They do a great job there. That's All Things Baseball podcast. I appreciate those guys. So that's what we're going to do tonight. A little fun. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled podcast later. We'll talk about the end of the show. But before we get to selecting our teams, all right, we are each going to select a head coach of each one of these teams, and we sort of just decided we would do it. We would let Austin go first. I would go second. And then Colin, being the odd man out, being the guest, I guess we're treating him wrong. We should have let him go on first.
Yeah, come on now.
But Colin's going to go third for us.
Take and sip, baby.
Yeah. So Austin's going to get us cranked up, man. Austin's going to name a head coach for his team. Austin, who's going to be a head coach for Team Austin?
Hold on.
I've already got mine. I don't even have to look.
Yeah,
Ooh, the pick is in. All right.
Just a softball pick, 1-1. Nobody else I want leading my team other than Landon Jones.
Whoa.
Been an intern with us for a while. Great with the blast. That was great to see him this past weekend, so I didn't have to do blast. Reliable. I know he'll have us playing hard. He's very reliable, so I'm going to go with Landon.
I hear you. That's a good pick, man. Well, I'm going to stay along that intern line, and I'm going to go with a second-year intern of ours. Yes, the pick is in. I love it.
I'm done.
I'm going to go with, we just got finished at Hartselle. Give me my man, Andrew Ambrose, to be the head coach for Team David. Again, second-year intern, does a great job, multi-talented guy. I know he's going to be able to, as a head coach, he'll be able to handle adversity, anything thrown at him. So I'm glad he's going to be leading our group.
Well, go ahead and cue up the music for my pick here. I mean, we have to for a third pick.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and cue it up.
Wait.
I'm staying on the intern line as well, going with a Hartselle product. I don't know if we'll be any good on the field, but we'll have morale in the dugout. And I don't know who's going to throw BP, but give me Trey Griffith.
He's not throwing BP. We saw that in Tuscaloosa.
Let's go.
So there's the head coaches of each of these three teams. So now we'll get down to the fun where we're going to select teams. And here's how this is going to work. We're going to go in the order that you see them on the screen there. Austin will get the first pick. I will get the second pick. Colin will get picks 3 and 4. Then it's back to me for 5. Austin for rounds 6 and 7. He will get the first pick. So that's how we're going to go here. Man, I didn't really realize the pressure, man, that's in a draft room. But yeah, I've got, obviously we've done some work, each of us, and we think we know who we want. But I'll
get it started.
Okay.
Not overthink this. Paul Barnett, 2026 shortstop, or 2027 shortstop from Mountain Brook, was, I think, 102 off the bat, or is a number 1 player in the 2027 class. Future gamer, Alabama recruit, was up to 92 on the mound, although I won't be able to use him. I'm going to stick him at shortstop. So I'm going to go with Paul at 1-1.
All right. You went Paul 1-1. I sort of figured that would be the pick for you.
These next two picks 1, 2, and 3 probably won't be very difficult. But after that, I bet it will get very difficult.
I don't know that I'm going to throw you a loop here. I don't think it is. I'm going with, the number 1 player in the 2028 class in Alabama. Give me outfielder from Hoover High School, Hudson Oliver.
When you say outfield, give me specific.
He's playing center field for us.
All right.
My apologies. Hudson will be in center field, as you mentioned with Paul, is also an arm as well, but I'm drafting him as an outfielder. You build a team up the middle to be strong. I think that helps solidify us right up the middle and center. I'm gonna go Hudson Oliver.
Also, before you go, I don't know if we mentioned this, you may have, but we're gonna do just like a fantasy draft, like a snake draft. So I started. You got your pick. Colin will get 2 picks, and then I'll work it back to you, and then I'll get 2 picks. So just like the snake draft.
Well, I'm gonna stay on number 1 prospects in their respective class. I'm gonna go with the 29 class. Let's go Tristan Blaylock out of a relief role from James Clemens. Been up to 89, 90 on the mound.
94 last week.
Okay.
94.
Well, obviously, when we saw him at the Huntsville preseason ID, he showed us that he can swing the bat a little bit. So I'm going to go with him in a relief role. All right, back-to-back picks. I got a little pressure here. Let's go utility spot. Going to go 26 from Hartselle, Asher Dopel, Northwest Florida State signee. He's a gamer that can play multiple positions on the field. So I think that's a good safe pick for me there, back-to-back.
Oh, that is safe, baby. That is an absolute baller. That is an absolute baller, no doubt.
I'm staying on the Hartselle train right here. Got two of them on the board.
I hear you. My second round pick, I'm going to stay. Let me make sure of this. Yep. I'm going to stay along what I mentioned to you about building a team up the middle. I think we solidified our center field spot. I'm going to go behind the plate. from Tallahassee High School, Georgia Tech commit. Give me Brew Milner. Brew is going to bang the ball around the yard, and Brew will probably do a good job of keeping our team loose as well. The guy can really hit. I mean, he can really hit. Got light tower power. I'm going to go with Brew there again, solidifying up the middle for Team David, giving Andrew Ambrose a good team to work with.
I'm going to go ahead and shore up the pitching staff at the top. I'm going to go with right-handed pitcher Andrew Bennett from Mobo Christian, a Pensacola State recruit, came to our South Alabama preseason All-State, was up to 92, sat 90 to 92, and was spinning a slider at over 3,000 RPMs, and I think he was 6'4", 190 pounds. When he's healthy, he's about as good as it gets on the mound, and he was very impressive at Orange Beach. So give me Andrew Bennett with my second pick. And then with my third pick, I've already got my shortstop. That middle infield group is really, really strong. I'm going to shore up my second base. I'm going to go with Tucker Richardson, a 2030 shortstop right-handed pitcher from Faith Academy. Was up to 93 across the infield, had a 95 exit velocity, just unteachable stuff for an eighth grader. He's a big time prospect, and 5 years from now, there's no, he could end up being one of the top players in the class. So, and you'd be hard pressed to find many better than him right now in the 2030 class. So give me Tucker Richardson.
I was thinking of going there, man. I'm in deep thought right here. It was either him or one more guy. For round 3 for me, I'm going to go with another dual guy. But again, we said they can't be pitcher and player, but I'm going to go with him as one of my starting pitchers. I think he was up to 91 or 92 at Hartselle.
92.
Give me 92. You know who I'm talking about then, don't you? From Briarwood Christian, 2028, Ivan Hand. Give me Ivan. Again, he can bang it around the park as well, but really liked him on the mound this past Saturday. He's going to front line that pitching staff for us. So we're rolling right along. Team David, I don't see how we can get beat so far.
I'm going to go a middle infield route here on my third pick. Give me 27, former future gamer JB Upton from Lakeside. Power hitter, triple-digit exit velos. He was 91 across the infield at the South Preseason All-State. I think that was a personal best for him. I remember him coming over. He was pumped up about that at the event. So give me JB.
What position did you say?
Shortstop.
All right.
Didn't he want the baseball or something? Or
no, that was the bullpen at the Huntsville preseason.
That was our boy Inman.
Yeah. And I do want to say, man, real quick before Colin makes his second pick, man, again, man, throw some comments in that comment box. If you want to, we're going to keep this thing rolling along. What are we in round 4 already? Round 4. There you go. Colin, you're up there.
All right. I'm liking these back-to-back picks. I think I'm going to go back to – let's go to the outfield here. I'm going to go with another Hartselle High product. Give me 26 outfielder Cole Miles, Jacksonville State signee, and another former future gamer. Physical frame at 6 foot, 200, hits for power, cover ground in the outfield. Let's go left field there.
Right.
Yep. Trey's got to do some winning with his boys now. Come on.
Trey has got his guy, Asher Dopel and Cole Miles. He's got his guys, man. Man, I'm going to go. I almost took this guy at third pick. He has settled into the 4th round. I'm glad he's still sitting there. Again, another dual guy, but I'm going to take him as a third baseman. He also plays some middle infield, but I'm going to stick him at third because I think that's where he projects when he gets into college. Left-handed stick, former future gamer from this year that just went off this summer against elite pitching over at the future games. From Grissom High School, give me Dalton Darden at third base, man. Hit right in the middle of that order. Another impressive round of BP this past Saturday at Hartselle as well.
Awesome. Let's see. What pick is this for me? Pick 4. This is one of my probably my favorite arm from the entire preseason. Just talking about grad years and just projectability, and that's right-handed pitcher Hudson Olive from Bob Jones. I'm going to stick him right behind Andrew Bennett on our pitching staff. Hudson Olive was like 88, 89 throughout his bullpen at Hartselle, spinning a low 80s slider with good spin and had good fastball metrics. He's like 6'3", has and just comes out of a higher slot, very projectable, and got to think he's going to be a name for college coaches who are going to be following over the next year and into the summer, being a 2028. So give me Hudson Olive with the 12th overall pick. Let's see, I got back-to-back picks.
I know where I'm going next.
Oh, I think I may know where you're going next, but he's going in center field for me. Give me Braden Intrican.
You got him, man. That's where I was headed.
And just kind of like Asher Doppel, just another baller, has gained like 10 pounds since the Southeast Super Sophomore games, was 102.7 off the bat, up to 92 from the outfield. And he's got pitchability on the mound up to 87. Just another winner coming out of Russellville. Give me Braden Intrican to man the center field position for Team Austin.
What that's a nice pick for you, man. I love that pick. But like I said, I've got I've got my draft board here, so I'm just going to slide down to who was the next available for me, and I'm going to go utility right here. One of my utility spots. This guy is absolutely a utility guy. Can play middle infield, can play outfield. Will even jump on the mound, upper 80s. From Northside High School, committed to the Indiana Hoosiers. Committed to the Indiana Hoosiers. Give me Austin Keitlinger as one of my utility position guys here. Again, he is a true utility guy. Can play multiple spots on the infield and in the outfield.
All right, I think I'm going back on the mound here with my 5th pick. I'm going to go starting pitcher here, Austin, 27. Right-handed pitcher Brady Sack out of Auburn, South Alabama recruit, also a former future gamer. I believe he was up to 90 or 91 at the South preseason All-State.
90.5.
Yeah, 90.5.
90.5.
Give me Brady Sack for my next pick there. All right, I think I'm going to go fill another outfield spot. Let's go 28. 28. I'm gonna put him in right field. Let's go Drew Jackson from American Christian, number 6 player in our 28 class. Power hitting lefty who's 89 from the outfield at the North Alabama preseason All-State, and can also hop on the mound and be a mid upper 80s guy with a fastball. So give me Drew Jackson in right.
That's another good pick, man. I mean, in all seriousness, let's take a second, y'all. I mean, look at the guys up on the board, man. I mean, this is. I think this shows you the depth of high school baseball in the state as well. I mean, I mentioned it. I mean, that group right there can hang with a lot of states across the country, and there's going to be more guys that we're going to pick. And again, there's going to be some guys that are really good that aren't picked tonight. But that doesn't mean anything towards them whatsoever. With my 6th pick, right? Is this my 6th? Yes. I'm going to go. I'm going back to the bump. A guy that really turned some heads at South Alabama preseason All-State from Orange Beach High School. I think it was up to 90 or 91 at South event.
Yeah.
Give me Ethan O'Meara from Orange Beach, man. He's going to slide into that number 2 slot behind Ivan Hand and give us just 2 guys at the top that are unbeatable, man. I mean, we're good.
They see this lineup. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my bearings right here. 1 second. All right, my pick. I'm going to go, let's see, pick 18. I'm going to just keep looking at those talent. There are some really good infielders, especially up the middle. I'm going to go with give me Cameron Jenkins. Some people may be saying, who is that? Cam Jenkins just moved down from Wisconsin?
Illinois.
Illinois. Is a top 200 player in the country, a Missouri commit. He came to our Huntsville preseason ID. He's at Bob Jones, a shortstop, going to be at the Super 60. Was like 102 off the bat with wood, well-connected swing, real impact to both gaps, and just a really impressive prospect. Carried himself like a pro, was really impressive, and I think he's going to be a big-time bat. He is a big-time bat in the country, and he's going to make a name for himself this spring at Bob Jones, hitting in the middle of that order. So give me Cam Jenkins with pick number 18.
It's a good pick, man. Good pick.
Yeah. And then going back to back, let's see, my 7th pick. I just keep looking at that group of middle infielders. I'm going to break into the utility spot right here. I mean, you look at guys like Brody Johnson, Jacob Thomas. I mean, that McCausland, BJ Garth. I'm gonna stay. I think I told you after the Orange Beach showcase, I thought Jacob Thomas was one of the biggest winners, and he may not have been the best player there, but yeah, he's got a chance to have a big breakout season in 2026, and I think his performance at the South Alabama preseason All-State got his 2026 off to a big start. Give me Jacob Thomas to slide into that first utility role for Team Austin.
I do like that pick, man. Good pick. Yeah. Let's talk about this one question we had here. We can each give our opinion out in the comment section. In your opinion, what is the strongest group in the state position-wise? Is it pitcher, infield, outfield, or catcher? If you had to pick the deepest group, we flash that computer.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm getting this squared away.
Well, Austin's fixing to put this up there. In your opinion, what is the strongest group in the state position-wise? Is it pitcher, infield, outfield, or catcher? If you had to pick the deepest group, Alabama has always notoriously been known for their catchers. I don't want to say it's the deepest group in the state, but there are some really good catchers across the state in all different classes. So deepest, I don't know if it's the deepest or not. Infield may be the deepest, but I like the catchers across the state, and that might be a lot to do with me being a former catcher as well. Austin, Colin, y'all have anything to chime in there? It's a good question.
Yeah, I would probably lean shortstops just because they're the big athletes. The number 1 player in the state in the 26 class is your shortstop. Rocco Maniscalco, the same in the 27th with Paul Barnett. And college coaches are just looking for those athletes. Those guys kind of like you talked about building your team up the middle. They're looking for those athletes. So I would probably say shortstops.
Colin?
I think you guys both nailed it, man. I'm right there in agreement with you.
And then look at Braden Intrica. Look at that, man.
There we go.
Hey, Braden's just mad at me, man. You know why Braden's mad at me? Because he didn't measure 5'10", man. Yeah. I had to remeasure, man. It's all good. And you know what I told Braden? I said, Braden, it don't matter if you're 5'9" or 6'9". If you can hit, you can hit. And that dude can play, man. So all good, Braden. I was going to pick you, but Austin swiped you right before it was my time. All right, so I'm going to my 7th pick here. I'm going to go back. That little delay there helped me read my draft board a little bit longer. I'm going back to the outfield, and I'm going to go to my right fielder. You always want a good arm. You want a good athlete in right field. I'm going to go to a 2028 that I know Austin is high on as well. Give me from James Clemens. Give me Bryson Hyde, man. Like him a lot. Real toolsy, man. He's toolsy.
His blast numbers were like otherworldly. Like he had a 38 average rotational acceleration. Big time prospect.
Yeah.
That outfield group in the 2028 class is shaping up pretty well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. That's all. Yeah. 4 of the 5 or 28s that we've already selected in the outfield. Yep.
All right, you guys have got me kind of beat on starting pitching here, so I think I'm going to add another arm to the roster. Give me let's go Gibbs White in a starting role. from Tuscaloosa County, an uncommitted junior who went to the Future Games this past summer. It's been up to 88.2, I think, at the North Alabama preseason All-State, and he can also spin that breaking ball at 2,500 spins. So give me Gibbs White there on the mound.
I'm gonna give a little selfless plug in to Gibbs too, man. He's a good kid. He's a good kid, man. I really like him.
All right, and then I think I'm gonna go. What do I need on the infield? Second baseman. Let's go another uncommitted guy. Let's go Pelham's Andrew Petrock at second base.
Okay.
Another gamer, scrappy player who's still uncommitted. It was 102.9 off the bat this past weekend on a low to mid 80s arm across the infield. So give me Petrock.
Doing your homework.
And I hear you.
Brought the stats tonight.
Yep.
With my 8th selection, I'm going to follow you up there, Colin, and I'm going to stay at second base. And I'm going to let you or Austin try to decide who I'm explaining here. He's one of my favorite players in the state. I know that may be putting you out to dry, but one of my favorite players in the state at second base. You might want to take a guess who it is.
From Spain Park.
You got it. Absolutely. Give me UAB signee and just all around dog on the baseball field. Give me Reese Jones at second base. Again, this is about the 4th time I've mentioned it. You look up the middle for Team David, man. We're good, man. I'll say that. We're good.
Got a lot of singles hitters.
Yeah, Drew Milner behind the plate. Come on now.
Exactly. Let's see. Pick 24, closing out round 4. Let's see. I think I'm going to try to keep stacking some arms. I'm going to roll with another arm from the South Alabama preseason All-State at Orange Beach. Give me Cade Mason. Cade Mason's a guy from Saraland, a 27 from Saraland, who emerged as Saraland's number 1 last year, and I think had like a .75 ERA as a sophomore. In 6A, he was at Orange Beach. He was like 85, 86 with big time arm side run, a really good breaking ball, can really spin it. 6'2", I think close to 200 pounds. Just a good baseline to begin his junior season. I'm gonna stack him as my game 3 guy if any of these series get to game 3 behind my other 2 arms. But if it does, I feel good with Cade Mason taking the ball in game 3. And then I'm
gonna interrupt. My head coach just texted.
Uh-oh.
I've seen enough. We're winning it all.
Send him the link. Get him in here.
I'm going to text my head coach right now.
There ain't no telling what my head coach is doing. Let's see. I'm gonna stack another outfield spot for my 9th pick. I'm gonna go in left field. I'm gonna go with another youngster, 2029 from Fultondale, Ross Christie. Ross, you probably won't find a more toolsy prospect in the state. In that outfield group, he's been was a 6.67 runner at the Junior Future Games, was up to 101.4 this past week at the North Alabama preseason All-State, and is just an elite performer. Big tools. Has his best days are certainly ahead of him. He's going to be a big time name in the state. So give me Ross the Boss with pick 25, manning down left field.
I was fixing to tell you, man, Ross the Boss. That's a good pick, man. Really like Ross showed out this summer at the Junior Future Games as well. I am going to, you mentioned game 3, Austin, 2 picks ago for you going with Mason. That got me thinking, man, I've got to get my game 3 starter here as well. He probably won't throw a pitch because we're probably going to sweep games 1 and 2, but I'm going to be ready just in case. I'm going to go to the Redskins of Aniana, a guy that was up to 91 at Huntsville.
92.
92. That's right. Yeah, because he was number 92. Yeah, he was number 92 and he touched 92. Former future gamer for this year. I think he's finally healthy. He's been sick, had a little bit of injuries. Give me Inman Carson as our game 3 starter for Team David. Inman Carson from Aniana.
There you go.
All right. I think I'm going to go with a standout from our South Alabama preseason All-State. I'm going to go and put this guy in center field. Just recently committed to Shelton State. Give me Dorsett Jackson.
Like it. Like it.
I believe, what was he, a 6'6" runner maybe?
6-0, yeah.
6'0" at the South.
Which he was not. I don't think he was happy about.
All right. What do I need here? Let's go. I need a corner infielder. I'm gonna go with a young guy here who doesn't really look like a young guy. He looks like a grown man. Give me Costin Mahan at first base for Florence. Number 6 in our 29 class, 6'2", 240-ish. Looked good on the mound this past week at the North preseason All-State. Obviously got him at first base there, but easy 85, 86 from him on the mound. So give me Costin Mahan.
I also need a first baseman, and I looked at Mahan, but I was going to go with this guy anyway. A guy that we saw at the Birmingham preseason ID. And he doubles as an arm, but I'm going to draft him as a first baseman and let him just roll the pole, baby, because he's going to smash. But the first order of business, there's 2 things he's got to do. Number 1, we've got to have him in the morning at 5:30 doing 3 sets of 15 deadlifts. And then secondly, when we go on the road to play, he's getting off the bus first. And he's okay to roll his sleeves up and set the tone for us. From Lakeside, give me Luke McGowan, man. I tell you, I was really, really impressed with him at Birmingham. Second Lakeside guy in the draft tonight. But again, really liked Luke. Again, he's going to be first off the bus for us to set the tone.
I'm going to follow you and go ahead and get my first baseman set. Go ahead and put him at first base and go ahead and put him in the 3-hole. Give me Bennett Green.
Oh, yeah.
He can play first base. He can play outfield, but he can also hit, and that's what he's going to do for Team Austin. I went and saw Northside a few times last spring, and every time he just hit. And it was, who's this Bennett Green kid? Who's this Bennett Green kid? He plays football. I think he's a running back and a linebacker. He's built like a running back. He can run. He's got big juice at the plate. Unconventional stance. He's gets more of a lower crouch stance with some active hands. But man, he gets on playing with that barrel and he lets it rip. So give me Bennett Green at first base.
Whenever I think about maybe the loudest round of BP that we have ever seen at one of our events, it was probably him last year at Northridge.
Yeah, it was loud because he kept banging balls off the scoreboard in right center field.
That's right.
With my 11th pick, I'm gonna roll. Yeah, I'm not gonna make this too. I'm gonna stick. Yeah, I'm going to stick Brody Johnson at my second utility spot. 2026 from Westbrook Christian. Committed to Shelton State. I think he's a top 30 player for us in the 26th class. Smooth left-handed swing, a really good athlete. I think he was over 100 mile per hour exit velocity. I think his average was like 96 or 97. So he had a big round. He's going to go to Shelton. He's going to hit there, and we'll see where he goes from there. But give me Brody Johnson on my second utility spot.
With my 11th pick, and I do not have a shortstop yet, and I sort of played that on. I did that on purpose because we talked about how deep this shortstop class was. But I'm going to go. We've talked about tools. I'm going to go with a young one from Houston Academy down in the Dothan area, a 2028 man that can. I think he's a 6'6" runner as well. Has really added some strength and has impressed whenever we've seen him of late. I'm going to go Harrison Milanowski with my 11th pick there. I'll put him right there at shortstop. again, building that middle, man. Like Harrison a lot. So give me him with the 11th pick for me.
All right, I think I'm gonna.
Here, Colin, hold on.
Oh, my bad.
Dorsett.
That's right. Let's go. Going to round out the pitching staff here. This was a winner from our Huntsville preseason ID. Bob Jones, 2027. Aiden Campman, who was up to 89.1. Kind of jumped out. You know, I think he was on your mound, David, during the bullpens, and it was just kind of like, whoa, where'd that come from? So give me Aiden Campman to round out my pitching staff.
And the word is he's only been pitching for about 6 months.
Yep.
Got a lot of bullets for you.
For sure. All right, I'm going to add another utility spot here with my 12th pick. Only if I can get his little brother to be in the dugout too. Give me Chase Utley from Wattsburg Christian.
Plus.
Gotta add to the morale in the dugout with Coach Griffith. So give me Chase Utley.
Plus name.
Mm-hmm.
Plus makeup as well, man.
Sure.
Yeah, it's good. I need another outfielder, man, and I am sort of surprised that this guy is still on the board, but I'm taking him. I think my man Andrew Ambrose will like this pick. I'm going to put him in left field. Shelton State signee from Hartselle High School. Give me none other than Cruz Baker in left field. I know my man Andrew will be all over that pick, and Trey's not going to be happy, man. So give me Cruz to fill out my outfield.
Let me see. All right, still got my catching spot open. Got another outfield spot open. Another utility. But I'm going to go back to the mound. I think I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to roll with left-handed pitcher Hunter Mathis, 2027 from Pike Road, to be my first arm hot out of the bullpen if we need to get into if we get into any trouble.
You're going to.
I think he's 6'1", 6'2", strong frame, throwing vertical balls, 85, 86. I've seen him in a showcase. I've seen him in a game, and he gets swings and misses with his fastball. I mean, I think his consistent induced vertical break over 20 in his bullpen, and tunnels that slider well and has a changeup. So give me Hunter Mathis from a higher slot. Give me first out of the bullpen. I'm gonna kick us off. We got 2 rounds left. 12 picks. Give me pick 37 to lead off round 7. Let me see. I'm gonna go and finish out my outfield spot. We talked about, yes, we're looking at who had the biggest showing in the preseason, but also looking at projectability. I think this guy may be the most projectable guy on this list, and that's Leighton West, a 2030 outfielder from James Clemens. At that age, his frame is 6. I think he's 6 foot. Very lean frame, very projectable. Has that smooth left-handed swing. Already, you're looking for those guys who already have those good actions, those good skills, and you put some more weight on that body, you put some more strength, and he's going to just continue to elevate his profile. I'm going to go with 8th grader Leighton West in right field.
All right, so I've got 2 utility spots and both my relief pitching still to go. I'm going to tap into one of my utility spots here. This guy is the definition of a utility player. Can catch, can play both corner infields, can play both corner outfields. Was a future gamer this year. Really can hit. Had another good showing at South Alabama preseason All-State on January the 11th. From Faith Academy, give me Eli Quinley. Again, he is the definition of a utility player, man. But can hit. He can hit, and the old adage, if you hit, you won't see it. So he'll find somewhere to play, no doubt about it. Quinley.
All right, I think I'm going to fill my catching spot here. I'm going to go with an experienced guy, a senior, another Bob Jones Patriot, Itawamba signee. Give me Tate Dunn behind the plate.
Man, We were over there with the catchers, man. That velocity out of the hand just jumped, man. Had some serious carry on his ball.
I think it was low 80s if I
was
remember.
83.
Yeah.
He was y'all didn't see offense, but his first 4 swings were over 100.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm gonna go, let's see. Let's go a utility spot. Another junior future gamer I'm gonna go with here. Trinity Presbyterian's Land Sharpless in a utility spot, 2029. He was a JFGer. I didn't see his BP round at the North, but I was looking at his numbers. What'd you say?
It was good.
Yeah, saw like a 98 max EV with like a 93 or 94 average, maybe it was. So
man, you've really been studying, hadn't you?
Well, I cheated a little bit. Had to.
Yeah.
Had to.
Yeah. And Land like he'd gotten bigger, man. I mean, he's like he'd physically gotten a lot bigger since we saw him in junior futures. So I think he played quarterback for Trinity in football. I may be wrong, but I think he did. Let's see. I'm going to finish up my utility here. I guess that'll make my last 2 picks, my relief arms. I've told you I like catchers, man. That's what I played. Milner, you got Quinley. I just talked about Quinley there. I'm going to go with another catcher / first baseman, guy that, again, we talked about ball out of the hand from the catching standpoint. In South Alabama, Wyatt Rath was really impressive. 6'3", can swing it, is equally adept at first base, around the bag, or behind the plate. Give me Wyatt Rath as my final position player selection. I'll have him as my utility guy.
There you go. Let's see. Pick 13 for me. No, 14. Let's see. Yeah, I've got. See, we should all have I think 3 picks left. I got a catcher.
Yeah, you've got 3 because you doubled.
That's right. All right, so I got my catcher, a utility spot, and another arm. I'm gonna go. I'm glad this guy was on because look, I came into this knowing you're probably going to find probably your best players, your Paul Barnett's, your Cam Jenkins, your Braden Intrikins, Ross Christie's, all those guys probably up the middle in that shortstop outfield group. I knew that there'd be some catchers still hanging around with value. And this is one that I think that I've got one that's going to have a big year in 2026. Has already gotten off to a good start. That's Sawyer Moss. Was really impressive at our South event at Orange Beach, just lifting balls with ease, easy pop from the right side of the plate, smooth right-handed swing, and had showed some good defensive skills behind the plate. And he's, you bet on those hitters that come out of Glenwood because it seems like they're just constantly producing next level hitters. So give me Sawyer Moss at my catcher spot for pick 42.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man. I don't need to tell you that's a good pick.
Yep.
So I've got 2 positions.
I got one more.
I apologize. Yep.
I got 2 more, but I got one right here.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm gonna go my utility spot, but I got a lot to choose from for my utility spot. Let's see. A lot of names, especially over here in this shortstop group. But I'm going to go with Caleb McCausland, a 2028 from American Christian, infielder, right-handed pitcher. He's going to play in a utility spot for me. He was, you think of, that big lineup last year. We talked about American Christian could bang the ball all around the yard. Led by Eric Hines, Hunter Elmore, Kay Durrett, all those guys at the top. And they're going to, again, this year they have just, we were talking about it the other day, they have a strong 2028 group. And Caleb McCausland is a big part of that, along with Hunter Elmore and Drew Jackson and Brandon Garth was one of I was deciphering between either Caleb or BJ, but I ultimately landed with Caleb. I think he was 103 off the bat, smooth actions. An in-game performer and just a guy who you're going to bet on, and I'm going to bet on Caleb McCausland for my last positional player spot at pick 43.
All right, with my next to last pick, again, like I mentioned, they're both relievers. I think this guy's going to really, I think he's going to really take off in his recruitment. We saw him at Huntsville and we saw him at Hartselle. He was both. He was very good at both of them. From West Limestone, a 2027 right-handed pitcher, Jasper Griffin. I think he may have touched 7. I think he may have touched 87 at Huntsville. But feel for the breaking ball, able, high pitch ability. Fairly physical. I think he's probably 6'1", maybe 190 pounds. There's a lot to dream on with that body there. So I'm gonna go with Jasper Griffin from West Limestone as my first reliever out of the bullpen if needed.
All right, with my 15th pick, Austin, I'm gonna follow you on the Glenwood picks there. A physical corner infielder profile here with Cal Lawrence at third base. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed his round. I think I had to walk off and do something, but I came back and you said he was really
good round of BP.
Yeah, and I tell you, he's a little bit more physical than I thought he was, man. He's physical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He can catch. I saw him catch last year for Glenwood. He can play shortstop, third base.
Yeah.
But he can hit.
It looks like we all need a relief arm, huh?
Yeah, I think I know where I'm going. Don't get it, Colin.
I'm going with my man from Hazel Green. Give me Ty Hunter. Give me Ty Hunter.
Outgetter.
Yep.
Yeah.
The man.
Yeah. I will be honest, man. I had the other mound, but I looked over there when that's what Coach Wright calls him, Tyrone. When he was throwing a bullpen on your mound, man, I looked over there and it looked really good. I think he was up to 86, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. 86. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick. So that gets me to my relief arm. Again, I had him pretty much right there along with Hunter. Man, is it St. Luke's, Austin? No, not Frampton. Where's Frampton from?
St. Luke's.
St. Luke's, yes. I'm going to go with 6'6" or 6'5", Cooper Frampton. Former future game from this past summer. He's 6'5", 6'6". I mean, he's a big physical kid. We saw him as an outfielder at South Alabama, but I think he was up to 93 from the outfield. We know what he can do on the bump. So I'm going to go with Cooper there as my another relief option out of the mound. And that'll wrap up Team David and the team that I gave my man Andrew.
With the final pick of the 2026 preseason event draft, give me Cade Brantley, a 2027 right-handed pitcher / outfielder from Thompson, two-way player, 6'2", over 200 pounds, strong build, very easy actions on the mound. Ball comes out clean. I think he's up to 86. I think he's up to 86 at the North Alabama preseason All-State, and I think he's got a chance to be a pretty big arm for Coach Perez and Thompson this spring. So I'm gonna roll with Cade Brantley as my second relief pitcher. I just got a text to my man Christian Thompson. He said, "Thanks for the motivation." Sorry, Christian. Sorry, brother.
As I told you, man, there are going to be some really talented players that we know was there at these events that weren't picked tonight. This was, and I do want to say this, and I know Christian's just, just picking at you, but man, there is absolutely no disrespect meant towards anyone here. This was just a little bit of a, we thought it'd be neat just to take a look and really to give our audience a look into how deeply talented these events were, man. I mean, when we say that this was our best January ever in terms of talent, I mean, I think you can see why. I mean, this was there's players everywhere across the board, and you know what? There's probably, I mean, there's a ton of other players that very well could be on this list that we just didn't that just didn't make it for whatever reason. And there's, I mean, again, use it as motivation. There's no disrespect there. It's hard when you only have a select few, just like with rankings or anything else. So, that'll wrap that up. Again, we appreciate you jumping on and following along there. Just a couple of things before we sign.
Another comment.
Caitlin DeBoer.
Yeah. Oh man, Caitlin
DeBoer listen to our podcast. Yes, I will go ahead and tell all of you as we move towards the season. February the 9th, we will release an updated 2026 ranking. February the 10th will be an updated 2027 ranking. February the 11th, 2028, and then February the 12th, we'll release our updated 2029s. That's obviously before the high school season gets started. And then the week of the high school season started, that Sunday night, February the 15th. That's also the day of the Daytona 500, Austin. That night, we will have our regular podcast where we will be releasing our top 10 in 1A through 7A. So again, to reiterate, player rankings will be February the 9th through the 12th. And then our preseason top 10 will be February the 15th. Now, we will have some podcasts between now and then, but just so you know when those will be updated. Before we roll out tonight, just a couple things to remind you of some content that we continue to push out. Our team previews will continue to roll out. Austin's getting out 2 a day. They will continue to be released up until the season begins. So far, we've got 81 team previews that have either gone out or are going to be going out. Our uncommitted spotlights on Tuesdays and Thursdays will continue to roll out. I just mentioned to you about our updated player rankings. That's the week of February the 9th. And our preseason polls in each classification, as I just mentioned, will be on Wednesday, February the 18th. We will be talking a little bit more in depth over the next few weeks about our 3 high school events that will kick off the high school season. February the 20th and 21st, we will have the Kickoff Classic at River Run with some of the best teams across the state there. We're really excited about that event. That's on, again, as I said, February 20th and 21st. And then the next weekend, February 26th through 28th, we'll be having the South Alabama Showdown. That is at Orange Beach Sportsplex, Gulf Shore Sportsplex, Volanta Park, and Robertsdale High School. That's February 26th through the 28th. And then our second annual Small Town Showdown will be the third weekend of the season. That's March 6th and 7th, and that will also be at River Run Park. If you haven't been to River Run Park and you're coming there for one of those events, we hope you enjoy it. We think you really will. All right. So that's our 3 high school events. Upcoming podcast. We will have our podcast this coming Sunday night at 8:00. We know it'll be the back end of the I think it's NFC. Yeah, the Rams and Bears. Or no, I'm sorry, Rams and Seahawks. Excuse me. But we'll that comes on at 5:30 Sunday. But we'll have our podcast on Sunday night at 8:00, talking about some team previews. And then last thing for tonight, we've had several people reach out trying to make plans. Trying to make plans.
He's my closer. I got him as he's my closer.
He'll come in blowing gas, I promise you. He'll let it ride, man.
That's what we need.
I hear you, Drew Talley. Appreciate you joining in, man. And then to wrap things up, had several people that have already reached out about when are the Yellowhammer State games. They will be June the 16th and 17th. And this year they will be at River Run Park, not at Sand Mountain Park. It'll be at River Run Park this year, June 16th and 17th. So please be making plans for that. That is our marquee event for the summer. Our other summer events will be coming out pretty soon, here in about a month or so. We're working on those now. And then the final reminder is if anything that you want to catch up on, let me see what that is. And anything that you want to catch up on anything high school baseball across the state of Alabama, on our website, up at the top, there is an AHSAA tab. You can click on that, and then everything that we get published will be housed right there. So that's sort of a one-stop shop for you to find out on what's going on across the state in terms of prep baseball.
Man,
So,
before you get into it, we just had a big omission. Bryant Hopkins. Oh, he's my starting pitcher for. So we're good.
we sure completely forgot about him.
How did all 3 of us forget Bryant Hopkins?
I had him on my list right here. You're right.
It's all right. I'll take him.
Yeah, yeah. Bryant, listen here, man. That's you're worthy of being picked. It's just, we overlooked you, man. So again, no disrespect there. So again, for Austin Sharp, our Alabama scouting director, and Deep South operations and scout Colin Chamblin, I am David Sharp, Deep South supervisor. We appreciate you jumping on. Just a little fun tonight. Again, our regular scheduled podcast will be this Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Thanks for jumping on. We'll talk to you later. Have a good evening.